श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्ताम् सदा हृदि स्वादयन्निह सर्वेषाम् त्रय्यन्तार्थम् सुदुर्ग्रहम् स्तोत्रयामास योगीन्द्रः तम् वन्दे यामुनाह्वयम् नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः यत्पदाम्भोरुहध्यान विध्वस्ताशेषकल्मषः वस्तुतामुपयातोऽहम् यामुनेयम् नमामि तम्
श्रीमत्कृष्ण समाह्वाय नमो यामुनसूनवे यत्कटाक्ष एकलक्ष्याणां सुलभः श्रीधरः सदा नमः यामुन पाद अब्ज रेणुभिः पावित आत्मने विदित अखिल वेद्याय गुरवे विदित आत्मने नमः अचिन्त्य अद्भुत अक्लिष्ट ज्ञान वैराग्य राशये नाथाय मुनये अगाध भगवत भक्ति सिंधवे. So we were experiencing the accessory of the Lord, namely the bed, namely the couch, namely the seat, nivasa, shayya, asana. Nivasa, the residential place, or shayya, the bed, the couch, the asana, the seat. Then nivasa, shayya, asana, paduka, the sandals, and of course, lastly, atapa varana and varsha varana, the two umbrellas for the rain and the sunshine. And we are now enjoying Yamunacharya expects us to enjoy along with him in equal measure the services rendered by or being rendered by Thiruvanantha Alvan. We already said that he is also considered one of the apostles of Sri Vaishnava tradition. And therefore, so Thiruvanantha Alvan. So already some names are very famous for him, like Adishesha, is popular, and Ananta. Ananta is another name which is popular to him. So it is Sagasra Phanamani, the long name. So with 1,000 hoods and 1,000 gems, Sagasra Phanamani, the best snake which has 1,000 hoods. Mani can also mean the best. So Sreshtha, the word is Sreshtha, the best. So Thiruvanantha Alvaruடைய விருத்தி விசேஷங்களை அனுபவிக்கிறார். விருத்தி meaning job, activity, action, the service. The விசேஷங்களை, so special service, extraordinary service, unique service. Now Yamunacharya is enjoying. Already we said that Bhagavata Seva is more important to even Bhagavan. The Lord enjoys more when we appreciate, adore his devotees. So we have, so Tamakku Adilunda Tvarayale. Periyavachan Pillai adds one more. Yamunacharya is speeding up, is in a hurry to enjoy the activities of the couch, rather the snake, the first servant of the Lord. He is called first servant of the Lord. Though, because the Garuda, the kite, the vehicle, and the security staff, Vishwaksena, are also the other two Nityasuris in Sri Vaikuntham. Along with the 5 weapons also. Sudarshana Chakram, Panchajanyam Shankam, Kaumodaki Gada, the Sharngam, the Dhanus, and Nandakam, the Khadga, the sword called Nandakam, the Chakra, the discus called Sudarshanam, the conch called the Panchajanyam, the mace called the Kaumodaki, and the bow called Sharngam. All these are all Nitya Suris. So in spite of all the availability of all these Nitya Suris, we have Adishesha as the first. So Upamanam Asheshanam Sadhunam. Now this is also another supporting statement to Ananta Alvan, namely he can be equal to a number of good people. Now, the beauty in this particular line is Adisheshaha is Asheshaha, and in entirety Adishesha, Shesha meaning servant, Shesha means remnant, remainder, what remains after. So that means the insignificant part of the Lord, you can say, because that's the last part of the Lord. We also will have the humility of calling ourselves the last part of the Lord. So Upamanam, a comparison, and for Asheshanam Sadhunam, good people, Sadhunam, all good people. In Hindi, Sadhu means saint, sannyasi, monk, the recluse is called Sadhu. But we are also sadhus. I mean, if we are good people, we are sadhus. Innocent, not ignorant, but innocent people. When we are not cunning, so we are called sadhu. We can be called, but whereas English, I mean, Hindi sadhu is a little different. They are referring to the monk, the one who has rejected the worldly desire. So Upamanam Asheshanam Sadhunam. So Adishesha is comparable to the group of good people, meaning that he performs a lot of activities that many people can do. He takes many roles because he remains as a living place, a broad living place, a big house. So I told you palace, Nivasa. So he acts as a couch, then he is chair everywhere, asana. And we have paduka, the sandals, the two sandals, he becomes two. And he doesn't talk in two ways because he has got the split tongue. As a snake, he has got a split tongue. So just like Rama, he doesn't speak in two ways. He is an umbrella for the rain. He is an umbrella for the sunlight, sun's heat, and so on. Every time he is doing all activities at a time or in different times. He is capable of doing it because he is near the Lord. He also has the capacity to do all activities at a time. How can you imagine? You cannot imagine. But how can he act? So in the bed one can sit. Therefore, sitting, seat and the bed, lying down. So he is served by the couch. So it's also a living place. The couch, the bed is in the room. Bed is in the house. So it's all a living. Bedroom is a living place for many people. Because there is only one room there, only one room apartment. So the bedroom is the only place. We don't even fold the bed. It's always spread and open. So this is what we call a logic. So Upamanam Asheshanam Sadhunam is one of the 240. There are so many, but 240 are listed. If anybody wants that list in Tamil and Sanskrit, one of our friends from Chennai has given. He is fond of translating into Tamil all the nyayas of. So nyayas here it doesn't mean the what you call logics. We call it, of course, logic. Nyaya is a shastra, it's a science. Logics is a science. Whereas here these are all what you call simple logic. Simple logic by which we can understand many things, many ideas. So என்ற நியாயத்தின் அடிப்படையில் அடிமையில் என்ற நியாயத்தாலே அடிமையில் ருச்சியுடையார்க்கெல்லாம் உதாகரண பூதமாகிறே. Those who are interested in becoming a slave to Lord Sriman Narayana should emulate Anantarva. That is the beauty of Anantarva. He teaches us, he guides us, he instructs us, he sets an example, he gives illustrations how we must do service to Lord. So அடிமையில் ருச்சி உடையார்க்கெல்லாம், if the people are interested in doing slavish activity, he is the best example. Udaharana bhutamaire. So what is udaharana bhutam? What is the example set? திருவனந்தாழ்வாருடைய விருத்தி விசேஷங்கள் இருக்கு. All the activities of the serpent become the guiding force for each one of them, is a guiding force for all of us who want to do service. Now, the maximum limit of service is done by Adishesha, and he is also, can say, Antashesha. So I would call him as Antashesha, the first servant and the last servant. Because nobody can equal Adishesha in doing all kinds of activities like services like this, like what he is doing. So ivanuடைய that is what now we are saying the next sentence. இவனுடைய காட்டையை அருளி செய்கிறார். Yamunacharya blesses us with the different roles that Adishesha plays to do service to the Lord, and that is a beauty here. And again, Vyakhya. So Nivasa எழுந்தருளி இருக்கிற திருமாளிகையாம். So we already saw that anything connected with the Lord is auspicious, and therefore the living place is an auspicious place. And whenever we refer to an elder's rather a friend, even a friend, whenever we refer to a house of a friend, house of an elderly person, house of a respectable person, so we say Thirumaligai. It's a palace, it's a mansion, it's a big mansion, it's an auspicious mansion. When you refer to your own house, however big it is, we say it is a small hut. It is a small hut. Chiru Kudishai. Chiru Kudishai. Of course, we don't say the superlative degree, the smallest hut. That would be, of course, the humility. We say small hut. You please come to my small hut, and I will come to your big mansion. This is the parlance, what is called the paribhasha, the jargon, the technical jargon that we use between two Vishnu devotees. So Shayya, Kanvadandarudhekki Padukkaya. So what is the bed meant for? This bed is meant for sleep. It is not meant for playing anything and playing games and also working in the office. Office work should not be done in this bed. So it is not meant for any other work. Sitting, discussion. So nothing should be done except to sleep. If you want to get sleep, you have to go to the bed. So kan malandu arulahigi. Now, we sleep 50 years of, in 100 years of life. பாதியும் உறங்கி போ. ஆழ்வார் says பாதியும் உறங்கி போ. வேதனூர் பிராயம் நூறு மனுஷர்தாம் புகுவரேனும் பாதியும் உறங்கி போ. 50 years of sleep. So the sleep makes us healthy also. The deep sleep makes us healthy. The sleep with the dreams will have a disturbance. And in wakefulness, we face many problems. The sleep is the, what we call, panacea for all diseases. For all diseases, sleep is the panacea, solution. Asana, irundal singasanamam. If the Lord wants to sit, he is a lion throne. The lion throne. Asana, because of the restriction of the letters, syllables in the verse, the Yamunacharya did not mention Simha Asana. Because Lord is a lion, Narasimha. Lord is the best person. Lord is the highest Almighty. So he cannot have a small seat. He must have, according to his status, he must have a very big one. So that should be decorated by two lions on both handrests. Irundal Singasanama. Paduka. Nindral Maravadiya. The sandal, when he wants to stand or walk, Adishesha becomes the sandal. And I told you he becomes two. Then Amshuka. The word Padiyana, I think the word Padiyana in the footnote comes earlier, means similar to. So we will have to see Badal Tiruvandadi 53 before going to the next page in order to understand the word Amshuka. Amshuka. So we will read the next line after seeing the Badal Tiruvandadi 53. Kumstva Avahamana 53. Already we have seen this. Sendral Kudayam, Irundal Singasanama. Singasanama. Nindral Maravadiyam, Neel Kadalur. Neel Kadalur in the big ocean. Yendrum Punayam. He is a bed. Manivilakkam is a lamp, guiding lamp. Manivilakkam. Kumbattam is the silk canopy, as soft as a flower. Kumbattam. Pulhumanayam. The Pulhumanayam is again the enjoyable cushion on the sides of the bed, on the sides of the sofa. Pulhumanayam. Thirumarku Aravu. Thirumarku is the Lord Sivan Narayana. Mal is, there are two meanings. Mal is Lord. Mal is one who creates lot of fascination in us. And sometimes confusion also in us. Mal means fainty, mayakam. So we are attracted towards it. Thirumal, he is always associated with the goddess of Mattu. It's called Thirumal. Thirumarku to the Lord, Arav, the serpent. Okay. So we have seen it already. We will go to the next page. Pumstva Vahamana. Yeah. Thirumal has a snake when he walks. It hoots him like a parasol. When he walks, he becomes a sandal. I don't understand the word parasol here. Already we read it earlier.
Swami, parasol is an umbrella for the sun.
Umbrella. It covers him, hoods him like an umbrella. When he sits, it folds himself into a settle, chair. When he stands, it is at his feet like his sandal. In the deep ocean where he reclines, so Neel Kadalur, that is what they call deep ocean. big ocean, deep ocean. So when he reclines, he becomes a float. A beautiful word instead of bed. So its eyes become lamp, Mani Valakka. There's no word to say Adishesha's eyes, I told you. The eyes become lamp. Rather, we say gems. The gems in the hood of Adishesha become lamp. And if wraps around like a gossamer silk, if wraps around like gossamer silk and becomes an armrest for the Lord. Armrest is Pulhumanaya. Armrest is Pulhumanaya. For the Lord Thirumal. So we will have the next line. So, Amshukam Pumstva Avahamana. We go to page 100. Pariyattamo. So we were talking about the turban, the head ornament that's called Amshukam. Periyavachan Pillai refers to it as the cloth that is wound around the head, like a Sikh community person. Sikh, S-I-K, Sikh community person. Pariyattamo. Upadhanam is Pulhumanayam, pillow. Pulhumanayam is pillow. Upadhanam is pillow. Varsha Atapa Varanadihi. Chandral Kudayam என்கிறபடியே வருஷத்துக்கும் ஆதபத்துக்கும் சத்ரமாம். So Chatram is the umbrella. Chatram is an umbrella for the rain. Atapatram, the word Atapatram is itself there. So Atapatram is for the sun's heat, preventing the sun's heat to fall on the head, from falling on the head. So Adi Shabdatale, அடிமையில் அபினிவேஷ அனுரூபமாக சரீரத்துக்கு தொகை இல்லை. Now, why we say Adi? A very beautiful explanation by Periyavachan Pillai. So, in slavery, அடிமையில், in slavish attitude, அபினிவேஷ அனுரூபமாக. Now, Adishesha is not compelled to do service because he is a servant. He himself offers to do voluntarily the service. Whereas generally there is always a slight compulsion in every service. Servants are to be given incentive, bonus, encouragement, threatening. You have to give threats also. So you have to warn the servant if they are not doing their duty properly. But Adishesha is not like that. Adishesha makes his own effort. Abhinivesha. Abhinivesha is very great effort is called Abhinivesha. So Anurupamaha, akin to, convenient to, congenial to his interest, great interest. Sharirathukku togai illai. There is no number of forms limited. There is no limited number of forms. Shariram is the form, the physical form. Togai illai. Togai in Sanskrit, in Tamil, is amount. Doesn't amount to any number. It cannot be restricted to any number. Meaning, he performs a lot of activities in doing so. So he takes different forms, different physical forms. Actually, we were telling each other that he is like a Achetana. He's taking a lot of forms in insentient form. The house is insentient. It cannot talk. It cannot have a brain. So also the bed can make a sound, but it cannot talk. So Shayya, Asanam, the seat. So all these are all insentient objects. Whereas Adishesha, the serpent, is a living being. It's a bhutam. Bhutaha meaning living being. It has got life there. But all these are all lifeless objects doing service. Now why? Even we, as Nityashuri, we are called a group of people living in near Srivaikuntham. So when we are called Brundam, we are in a group, we are in a cluster, and we have to be very neutral. We cannot talk out anything. We have been restricted to not to comment on anything. Of course, good opinions are welcome, but not any negative statement. Destructive criticism is not expected from us, and therefore we are called inert group. The Brindam in Sanskrit is neuter gender. We are all Suri Brindam. We belong to a group called scholars. We say Suri with scholar. So scholars who understood who God is. So we understand the form of the God. We are in Nitya Vibhuti, permanent residence in heaven. But at the same time, we are not to engage in any activity criticizing anything. So we are almost like a still object. Adishesha is also doing the same. He doesn't speak out. So Garuda has got a lot of conversation along with the God, the Almighty. He was also arguing because he was also Vedatma. He fought with Indra when he brought Amritam from heaven in order to satisfy the children of the stepmother. And therefore, Garuda had to fight with Indra. And there were some conversations also, dialogue. So 267. Saha Ekadha Bhav. This is scriptural sentence. So how is the Lord? Saha He, the Lord, the Almighty, Ekadha Bhavat. He is one entity, Ekadha. So you go, start from say Dvidha Bhavati, Tridha Bhavati, Chaturdha Bhavati, Panchadha Bhavati, Shadha Bhavati, Saptadha Bhavati, Ashtadha Bhavati, Navadha Bhavati, Dashadha Bhavati. Go on up to 1,000. There is no limit to it. So he takes lot of, you say birth, we say birth. He takes lot of incarnate. Unlimited number of incarnate. So we are not restricting his form to just 1,000, but the scripture says just for the sake of number, so Sahasradha Bhav. He is in thousands. That is why we have Purusha Suktam says Sahasra Shirsha Purushaha, Sahasraka Sahasrapa. All that belong to him become thousands. Head is 1,000 number. The leg is 1,000 in number. The eyes are 1,000 in number. So again, infinity. 1,000 is only a small number. Sahasradha, 267. Sahasradha bhavati, then enna kadavide. Sharira bhedehi. Now, why does he take different forms? Why does Adishesha take different forms? Because it is different service. Kaikarya bhedame, sharira bhedatiti hetu. The forms in the physical structure become different because the services are different. Tava sheshatangataihi. So all these services are directed towards the Lord. It is you, Tava. Who is that you? Here it is more to the goddess than to the God. So, O goddess, of fortune, so Tava Sheshatangataihi. So already we saw that we don't differentiate between the Lord and the Goddess. Therefore, the one couple, one pair, one divine pair. So that is Tava. Sheshatam Gatehi. So all these services go to this divine couple, the single entity. தேவனுடைய விக்கிரகங்கள் ரட்சண ஹேத்துவா இருக்கிறா போதே take the 5 forms, namely Para, Vyuha, Vibhava, Antaryami and Artha. All these 5 forms in unlimited number become the protective cover to all the creations. So all the figures of the Lord in different stages have been extending protection to all the creations. இவனுடைய விக்கிரகங்கள் சேஷத்வத்தை அடைந்திருக்கும். Whatever form Adishesha takes, he serves the Lord only. He serves the Lord. So இவனுடைய விக்கிரகங்கள், that is ஆதிசேஷனுடைய விக்கிரகங்கள், the different figures of the Lord Adishesha become சேஷத்வத்தை அடைந்திருக்கும். They become always subservient to the Lord. And how? Yathochitam. According to the context, according to the time, according to the place, according to the attitude or the expectation of the Lord, according to the necessity of the Lord, according to the requirement of the situation, according to the exigency of the context. So Yathochitam. So Yada Yada Hi Kausalya. That I think we must refer to Ramayana. Kausalya served Dasharatha till his end, in spite of her desire to accompany Rama to the forest. Kausalya said, I will come with you to the forest. Her action in accompanying Bharata to the forest, when Bharata wanted to invite Rama back to Ayodhya before going to the forest for 14 years. Kausalya also accompanied Bharata, but she served Dasharatha sincerely. She is a very highly chaste woman who has given birth to a daughter called Shanta. And so Kausalya is the senior most queen of Dasharatha. And he was always by the side of Dasharatha in order to help him, in order to comfort him when there were troubles. Until the last minute he served. So Tat Kalochitama is. So we got a lot of roles for the wife. We take Karaneshu Dasi. In activities in service, she will be a servant. Karaneshu Dasi. And she will be an advisor, like a minister to the king. In that way, so many roles played by Kausalya. Tat Kalochitama irukkai. Those activities will be in tune with the situation. So who said this? Who called the serpent as Shesha? It is because of Janaihi. By people. What kind of people? Siriyar, Periyar endade, Sarvaralum. There are no divisions like elders and youngsters, children and adults. All of them call in one voice the name of the serpent as Shesha. So Shesha iti irite. So when people call him Shesha, Sheshan என்று சொல்லப்படுகை, சேஷத்வந்தான் ஒரு வடிவு கொண்டா போலே. Now we say embodiment of service is Adishesha. The personification of service is Adishesha. Adishesha is the personification of servitude. அடிமைக்கு ஒரு உருவம் கொடுத்தவர். For the slavery, Adishesha has given a figure, and he is the figure. பெருமக்கள் உள்ளவர் என்கிறபடியே நித்திய சித்தரை சொல்லவுமா? நித்திய சித்தரை meaning they are Nitya Suryas. Siddha meaning successful person. Siddha. Siddha also can mean especially a saint who has achieved what he wanted spiritually. Nitya Siddha, பெருமக்கள் உள்ளவர். Taking the word Janaihi, who are those people? Janaihi means people, by the people. Who are those people? They are the great people. பெருமக்கள் உள்ளவர். எங்களுடைய நித்திய சித்தரை சொல்லுவோம். The Nitya Suris also call him Shekha, along with the people in this world, namely youngsters and elders as well, children and adults as well, men and women as well, low and high as well. So 273. Paragata Atishaya Adhana Ichaya Upadeyatvam Eva Yasya Swarupam Saha Sheshaha Paraha Sheshi. This is a quotation. Sorry, I've seen that. So, Paragata Atishaya Adhana Ichaya Upadeyatvam Eva Yasya Swarupam Saha. This is the definition of who Shesha is. Who is a Shesha? How can you call the person a Shesha? Servant. Saha Shesha, he is the servant. Saha Shesha, he is the very servant who has got a form. Yasya Swarupam. The original form. The original form is called Swarupam. A Shesha, a servant, has an original form. So what is that original form? Original form is defined as, the original form of a servant has been defined as Paragata Atishaya Adhana Ichaya Upadeyatvam. The servant should attract the master. The master must be enamored by the servant. The master should have a fascination for the servant. He must like the servant. He must love the servant. And therefore, then only he is a good servant. How will the master love the servant? How will the master be affectionate to the servant? It is because of his desire, ichaya, by the desire. Upadeyatvam is acceptability. He has to be received. So when the servant comes home, the master must be very happy. Master must be very happy to welcome him. That's called Upadeyatvam. Upadeyatvam is acceptability. The servant is so good that we don't want to dismiss him. We don't want to remove him from service. We would like to give him promotion by salary, incentives, bonus, encouragement, encouraging words, appreciation, adoration, and satisfying his requirements. So all these are all the result of his acceptability, upadaya. Now, what do you want to do with the servant? So, ichaya, paragata, atishaya, adham. So, you want to receive something, adham. So, you want to get benefited or get advantages from the servant. that it should be wonderful, wonderful adhan, atishaya adhan. The servant should serve us so well that others should have envy over us. Others should be very jealous of us that we got a good servant. The atishaya adhana means some surprising gift should be there, and that in order to get the gift, we must have a good servant. Now, paragata, there are two meanings. So, the wonderful advantage that we get by getting the service of the servant, it should be highest para. It should have been reached by the highest. The high status people will have a good servant. The same way, our servant should be so good that the status of that servant, our servant, is equal to the status of the servant with very great people. And when we aim high, when our thoughts are noble, that our servant also will be noble, and his aims will be also sublime. So we must have a sublime thought in getting some advantages from the servant, and those sublime thoughts will influence the servant, so that the servant also becomes very knowledgeable in understanding why the master wants such a sublime advantage. Highly noble aim should be there in order to get the service of a servant. That is the nature of a definition of a servant. So Saha Shesha, he is the servant in whose original form, Swarupam, you have acceptability because of the desire of the master to have a wonderful gift reached by the other noble people. Paragata Atishaya Adhana Ichaya Upadeyatvam Eva, that is the only definition for Yasya Swarupam Sarva. Now, if you find a servant, good servant, then the next question is, who is the best master? We have a good servant. That's a good servant must have a good master. And that good master is Almighty Lord. Paraha, the highest Almighty, the highest Lord, is Sheshi, the master. He should also be, the master should also be noble. The master should also have a high station. The master must be, as we say, decent. He must be exalted. He must be broad-minded. He must be generous. He must be philanthropic. He must have grace. He must be graceful. So such a person is the master. So you have Parashyeti, Indra Sheshattin Padye, Paratantriyam Pare Punsi. 274, Adishesha has got the Paratantriyam, dependent. Paratantriyam is dependent over the Lord who is the Almighty. Pare Punsi. Pumsi, he is the real man, the final Almighty. So Pare Pumsi, in the final Almighty, in the greatest personality of the whole world, Paratantriyam, the dependence is important too. He cannot say, I am better than Lord Sriman Narayana. I am in all ways, I am senior to him. I can I only help him. Without my help, he cannot survive. So such thought must be unwanted. ஆதி சப்தத்தாலே என்பது முதல் என்ன கடவுதிரே என்பது வரை சில சீக்கோட்டங்களில் இல்லை. So this Vyakhyana path is also missing in some books. And you have, as usual, Mudal Tiruvandadi 53, which you have already seen, and Tiruvayamozhi 375. I don't know whether I have seen. You must have seen earlier, Tiruvayamozhi 375. Second, yeah. Oh, this is not. So, பெருமக்கள் உள்ளவர் தம் பெருமானை அமரருக்கு அருமை ஒழிய அன்று ஆரமுது ஊட்டிய அப்பனை பெருமை பிதற்ற வல்லாரை பிதற்றும் அவர் கண்டிய வறுமையும் இம்மையும் நம்மை அளிக்கும் பிரார்த்தனை. So this reminds me the Pashanam of Goda Devi Andal in Tirupavai. ஒப்பத்து மூவர் அமரருக்கு முன் சென்று கப்பம் தவிர்க்கும் கல்லியே துயிலதால். Who is the Lord? Who is the Lord? The Lord is a very big, the biggest family person, family man. The biggest family man is called Lord Almighty. That means he has got many members of the team, members of the family in the house, and he is called Perumakkal Ullavar. Now the word Perumakkal Ullavar has been attributed to Adishesha because Adishesha is the leader of all the servants. Adishesha will direct even Garuda, the kite, Vishwaksena, the security staff, what to do and what not to do. So Perumakkal Ullavar, Tam Perumani, Amaragatu. For the sake of 33 crores of God, the Lord, who has got lot of relatives and friends, Perumakkal Ullavar, அருமை ஒழிய அன்று ஆறாவது ஊட்டி அப்பன். You know the Milky Ocean has been churned. So many white things came out. Mahalakshmi also. And when the nectar, divine nectar came out, Lord took the incarnation as Mohini, an attractive damsel. And then he supplied the nectar to all the 33 crores of God. He gave the nectar. So Andru, once upon a time, while the Milky Ocean was turned, and the result was God. So Aramudu Uti Appane. Lord Almighty is the Father of the world, and the Father has fed the children, fed the gods with nectar, the liquid ambrosia. So Aramudu Uti Appane. பெருமை பிதற்ற வல்லாரை பிதற்றும் அவர் கண்டி. There are people who always boast themselves. So, பெருமை பிதற்ற வல்லாரை பிதற்றும் அவர் கண்டி. So, the Lord will not relish such haughty people, self-centered people. And if the people adore him, then he will favor them. This is also another thing. வறுமையும் இம்மையும் நம்மை அளிக்கும் பிரார்த்தனை. So we will have the future, varmayam, immayam, the present. We are made to live happily in present time and also in the future. So he says, the English translation says, all my life. Varumayam meaning the future life which we are going to get, we are going to be born. Immayam, this birth also. So this birth and the other birth in future, everywhere, we will be praised because we praise Him. You praise me, I praise you. This is a favorite statement of Dr. Pratap Singh Hindi. So I appreciate you, you adore me. I eulogize you, you make me popular. So my Lord came to the aid of the celestials. He gave them ambrosia from the ocean of milk. Those who praise Him are my masters through this and all my life. The English translation is also very good because there are people who adore the Lord Almighty. And there are still people who adore the people who adore the Lord Almighty. I hope you understand. So there are some people appreciating the Lord. And there is yet another group of people who appreciate the group of people who adore the Lord. So this is what we call Bhagavata Paratantriyam. Service to the next level of service. The immediate presence of some servants, we have, they are fortunate. The next, second level, all those people who praise the people, in turn who praise the Lord, link with everything. Now we are talking about Adishesha.
We're talking about Adishesha, and Adishesha. So Adishesha, I'm trying to understand what personalities are Chaitanas, and what are belonging to Ishvara Tattva, and what are belonging to Chaitanya Tattva. So you're speaking about different servants of the Lord, and their weapons are also the servants. So when we go into the shrine of Chakrat Alwar in Sri Rangam, Chakrat Alwar is the Sudarshana Chakra, and he is the servant of the Lord. But when we go to the backside, we see Narasimha with 4 chakras. Narasimha is Ishvara, is the God, is the God. But Chakrat Alwar is his servant.
Right. Now we were already this idea has been brought to us by you earlier, and we were telling that Narasimha is what we call the violent representation of the power of the wheel, power of the discus. So Narasimha is an illustration of how the discus will get angry with the enemies of the Lord, or perhaps the enemies of the devotees of the Lord. With regard to your question, the first part of the question, namely Chetana and Achetana, if you take the weapons, if you take the 5 weapons, so we don't have any illustration or history over the weapons like the sword, Nandakam, nor we have history of the mace Gada. We have heard of Gada being used by either Hanuman or Bhima, and not by the Lord, not by Lord Sriman Narayana. And it is said when a demon threw his weapon on the chest of the Lord, in fact, instead of using the mace to combat the attack, he received the weapon as a Vaijayanti Mala. The weapon became a garland on his chest. So that was a story in a particular incarnation of Krishna. In the incarnation of Krishna, you have the story that a weapon meant for attacking the Lord has been made a soft flower garland. And that is one thing. So with regard to the division of Chetana and Achetana among the paraphernalia of the Lord, namely Adishesha's activities in different forms, the weapons in different forms, Chakram, the Sudarshana Chakram, has got the capacity to decide, think and decide. Panchajanyam, of course, has equal knowledge because it is the whiteness, the white color is the representation of the wisdom, and therefore Panchajanyam also has got what we call the sentient aspect there. It's a sentient also. Whereas we have not heard about Sharngam, the bow. The bow, of course, Sharngam takes the arrow, the attacker or the king or the say even enemy should take an arrow, fix the arrow in the bow, and the bow should help the arrow to hit at the target. The arrow may have some knowledge to understand who is to be hit and who is to be harmed and who is not to be harmed. For example, the grass was made, a blade of grass was made into a Brahmastram by incantation of the special mantra by Rama, and it only chased the crow. It didn't hit the crow. In the case of Durvasa also, Sudarshana Chakra chased the sage. He did not hit the sage, he did not kill the sage, he did not attack the sage. It only threatened the sage. Meaning, there is a thinking, there is a mindful thinking. So, Chetana activity is there, not Achetana activity. It's not an inert drab material. So, not a what we call still material. But we have not heard so far about Gada, the mace, the bow, the Sargam, and the sword Nandakam. Whereas the frequent activities of both the Sudarshanam and Panchajanyam have been in an insentient aspect. Sentient aspect. They know what to do and what not. That is one thing. With regard to Adishesha also has got many roles. Some roles which can be called Chetana and some roles which can be called Achetana. For example, the living place, Nivasa, should also extend the facility of comfortable living. In that case, the house also should be a sentient object. The house must reflect our ambition. It should fulfill our requirement. The living place. The bed should be comfortable. The bed should be flexible. Wherever you sit on the bed, the bed should give way to your weight and then make you comfortable. That's the duty of the bed. So the bed also may be sentient. Asanam, seat. So according to the physical frame of the person who is sitting on it, so we'll have what we call convenient posture given by the chair, asana. Paduka, it should fit in the foot. The sandals must fit in the foot, other 2 feet. Then you have the umbrella. Both umbrella for the rain and also for the sunshine should have some mind to provide convenience to the Lord. And this can be observed in the morning and the evening while we go in sunlight. The umbrella should be tilted so that the sunlight should not fall on our face. The umbrella does not cover the entire figure of the person who uses it. So it just prevents the sunlight from falling on the face, especially the upper part of the body. And also the rain should not fall on the head especially at all. The head should be dry. Otherwise the other parts get drenched. And then we will not catch cold. So even umbrella's service has got a sentient aspect. We go on describing that, though they do not speak, they do not involve in any conversation. They have a mind to provide convenience to the Lord. Since the inert object also near the Lord, namely Vaikuntham, should have been a sensible and sentient object. Even the stone in a temple should be a chetana, should be a living object, and therefore we say the stones also melt. The stones also melt. So here we find the melting stone. That means insentient objects also do good service to the Lord. With regard to the different varieties of the service offered by Adishtika, we find that sentient, chetana and achetana aspects are also taken care of. And the master feels very comfortable with them. With regard to weapons, I told you just now. These are the two questions that. So in the case of Sudarshana Chakram, as you mentioned, the Chakram takes a decision. The Sudarshana takes a decision to carry out the orders of the Lord according to his intention. According to his intention. Then only Sudarshanam is a good weapon. He must, the Lord, the master's mind must be understood before the usage of the weapon. That is very important. So you find that, of course, Garuda, is a living being, and he is a Chetana, a complete Chetana, who has studied scriptures, and he knows where to carry him and when to stop and make him alight from the vehicle. So, where to go, what is the destination, how fast one must go, how fast one must go. It's only fast, there is no slow motion. There is no slow speed for Garuda, only fast. He is always in a hurry to reach the destination in order to protect the devotee. Therefore, Garuda must be very fast. And with regard to Vishwaksena, he is a permanent resident of Nitya Vibhuti, namely Vaikuntham, where he wants to extend protection. In every temple, you find Vishwaksena Sannidhi, and we call him Chenai Mudaliya. Chenai Mudaliya. you find the idols of Shani Mudaliar even in the sanctum sanctum. And therefore, he is also extending some protection to God with the application of the mind. That's more important. And Adishesha as a serpent, as a bed, when there are poisonous fumes given out by the hoods of the serpent, so that no untoward incident happens to the Lord. He is safe. So, in order to ensure the safety of the Lord, the hot poisonous fumes come out of the hoods of the serpent. But our contention is, if poisonous fumes are let out by the Adishesha, will they not affect the Lord himself? That should be our concern. That should be our concern. So we must also treat him as a child.
So Vishvaksena has some also ganas. He has some other people who are helping him. We heard about this Tumbakai Alwar, Gajanana or Tumbakai Alwar.
Right.
Yeah, but we never see a figure of this Tumbakai Alwar. Sometimes we see a figure of Ganesh, which has got Tiruman instead of Basma, and Shankar Chakra. But is there such a person as is he a friend of or a Gana or a servant of Vishvaksena in Vaikuntham?
We don't call him Tumbike Alvan. Tumbike Alvan is another name for Vinayaka, whereas Vishvaksena, Vishvaksena's symbol is to have a vetram in his hand, a pole to threaten people or to make people go away, to give way to the Lord. He has got a vetram. It's actually made up of either silver or gold, the hard stick which he uses to make the people move away for giving way to the Lord. That's all. He goes as a pilot before.
So like when they do the Parapada, when they take the Utsava Namparamal out, they have some fellows with a deerskin whip that make people step back.
Make a lot of noise.
They make a noise and people step back.
Yeah.
Okay. So then when they do the Tiramanjanam of the Lord, after they do Tiramanjanam on the head of the Lord, then the next thing is onto Sudarshana and then on to Panchajanya. And only after Sudarshana and Panchajanya they offer the substances or the water on top of Sri Devi and Bhudevi.
Right.
Is there a reason for this?
Rather, we all find that the Panchajanyam and Sudarshanam are closer to the Lord because they are in the hands. They are in the very hands. Whereas Sri Devi, Bhudevi are on the sides. Though in the reclining posture, the goddesses sit at the leg side. They sit at the leg side. The closeness, the proximity of these two weapons, the chakram and the conch, the wheel and the conch, are in his own hands. They are the part and parcel of his figure, divine figure. Therefore, Tiruvanjanam is done along with the Lord there. And that, so Paduka also enjoys that Tiruvanjanam at the feet. Even when Tiruvanjanam is done to the only divine feet, Paduka is associated. The sandal is associated. And later on, you find that Shakari is given Tirumanja. And the bell also, as Vedanta Deshika or generally Vedanta Deshika, or as the instrument used for Tiruvaradhanam, the bell is also anointed.
The Sri Vaishnava bells normally have Panchajanya and Sudarshana on top.
Yeah. And also the Shakari will have a Tirumanja. So one by one, from the god, all the weapons of the god, 5 weapons of the god on both sides, Sri Devi and Bhuma Devi. And then you have Shakari. And then we go to the other, what we call, along with the Utsava idol, we have some more. We have got in Srirangam, Yaga Beram. There is a particular figure meant for sacrificial worship. So Yaga Beram is also side by side. And if you go to certain temples, you will find one more Utsava idol. For example, in Chidambaram, Govindaraja temple, you will find it is Chitra Kootam. Parthasarathi is the name of the Utsava idol. Govindaraja is a reclining idol on the Adishesha. Govindaraja. Parthasarathi is the Utsava idol. And at the same time, there is one more Utsava idol called Chitra Kootatullan. That's also there. So you find that a lot of idols are there. And each idol is given anointment. And Tirumanjanam is done to all. Welcome to you. So we have a lot of. When you take to Tirumanjanam, starting from the Lord, everybody is honored.
स्वादयन्निह सर्वेषाम् त्रय्यन्तार्थम् सुदुर्ग्रहम् स्तोत्रयामास योगीन्द्रः तम् वन्दे यामुनाह्वयम् नमो नमो यामुनाय नमो नमः नमो नमो यामुनाय नमो नमः यत्पदाम्भोरुहध्यान विध्वस्ताशेषकल्मषः वस्तुतामुपयातोऽहम् यामुनेयम् नमामि तम्
श्रीमत्कृष्ण समाह्वाय नमो यामुनसूनवे यत्कटाक्ष एकलक्ष्याणाम् सुलभः श्रीधरः सदा नमः यामुन पाद अब्ज रेणुभिः पावित आत्मने विदित अखिल वेद्याय गुरवे विदित आत्मने
कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः।